Galileo Galilei, a story of curiosity, discovery, and defiance. As a young man, Galileo Galilei stood at a crossroads. Born in 1564 in Pisa, his destiny seemed to align with the priesthood, a path that offered intellectual stimulation and a life dedicated to understanding divine truths. But his father, Vincenzo Galilei, a skilled musician and scholar, envisioned a more lucrative future for his son in medicine. Following his father's wishes, Galileo enrolled at the University of Pisa in 1580 to study medicine. Yet Galileo's restless mind wasn't satisfied with anatomy and the humours of Hippocrates. In 1581, a seemingly ordinary moment altered his trajectory forever. While sitting in a cathedral, he noticed a chandelier swaying gently in the breeze. Using his heartbeat as a makeshift timer, he realized something remarkable. Regardless of whether the chandelier swung in wide arcs or smaller ones, the time it took to complete each swing remained consistent. This observation sparked Galileo's lifelong fascination with motion and the natural world. Returning home, he conducted experiments using pendulums, confirming his cathedral insight. This was only the beginning, though the full potential of pendulums wouldn't be realized until Christian Huygens invented the pendulum clock nearly a century later. Galileo had already planted the seeds of this revolutionary discovery. A scholar defying expectations, Galileo's fascination with mathematics and natural philosophy began almost by accident. One day, he stumbled into a lecture on geometry, and it struck him like lightning. Enthralled, he begged his father to let him switch from medicine to mathematics. After much reluctance, Vincenzo acquiesced, allowing Galileo to pursue his true calling. Free to explore his passions, Galileo invented the thermoscope, a precursor to the thermometer, and wrote a treatise on the hydrostatic balance he designed, garnering the attention of scholars across Italy. In 1588, he secured a teaching position at the Accademia dell'Arte del Disegno in Florence, instructing students in perspective and chiaroscuro, skills that blended art and science. His artistic sensibility led him to collaborate with the painter Segoli, who became a lifelong friend and later honored Galileo's discoveries in his art. But Galileo's career truly began to ascend in 1589, when he was appointed chair of mathematics at the University of Pisa. Here, he famously defied Aristotle's teachings by demonstrating, legend has it, that objects of different masses fall at the same rate, a discovery he allegedly proved by dropping weights from the Leaning Tower of Pisa. A move to Padua and the blossoming of genius. In 1592, Galileo moved to the University of Padua, where he taught geometry, mechanics, and astronomy for nearly 2 decades. Padua became a crucible of creativity. During this time, he developed insights into the strength of materials, laid the groundwork for the study of motion, and began turning his attention to the heavens. This period was marked not only by scientific breakthroughs, but also by personal responsibility. With the death of his father in 1591, Galileo became the head of his family, caring for his younger brother, Michelangelo, while juggling his academic pursuits. The telescope, a window to the cosmos. In 1609, Galileo learned of a device invented in the Netherlands, a telescope. Inspired, he constructed his own version with greater magnification, transforming it into an instrument of unprecedented power. That August, he demonstrated his telescope to Venetian lawmakers, who marveled at its ability to magnify distant objects. It became a lucrative enterprise for Galileo, who sold telescopes to merchants for navigation and trade. But Galileo's true genius lay in pointing the telescope skyward. In the winter of 1609, he aimed it at the moon and made a shocking discovery. Its surface was not smooth and perfect, as Aristotle claimed, but scarred with craters and mountains. This finding shattered the ancient belief in the unblemished nature of celestial bodies. Jupiter's moons, a blow to geocentrism. In January 1610, Galileo turned his telescope to Jupiter and noticed 3 small stars aligned near the planet. Observing them over successive nights, he realized they were not stars at all but moons orbiting Jupiter. A few days later, he discovered a 4th, naming them the Medicean stars in honor of his patron, Cosimo de' Medici. Galileo's discovery dealt a profound blow to the Aristotelian worldview, which held that all celestial bodies orbited Earth. These moons, later renamed the Galilean moons Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, not only challenged long-held beliefs, but also hinted at a heliocentric universe where planets revolved around the Sun. The phases of Venus and the death of an idea. Galileo's observations of Venus in 1610 were equally transformative. He noticed that Venus exhibited phases, much like the Moon, a phenomenon explainable only if Venus orbited the Sun. This directly contradicted the Ptolemaic model of the universe, which placed Earth at the center. Though many astronomers still clung to geoheliocentric models, Galileo's evidence made the full geocentric system increasingly untenable. A sky full of wonders, Galileo didn't stop there. He observed sunspots, challenging the Aristotelian belief in the heaven's unchanging perfection. He noted the densely packed stars of the Milky Way, revealing its true nature as a galaxy. Even Saturn's rings intrigued him, though he initially mistook them for additional moons. In 1612, Galileo unknowingly observed Neptune, though he did not recognize it as a planet. His meticulous notes recorded its motion against the stars, showcasing his acute observational skills. The Starry Messenger. In March 1610, Galileo published Sidereus Nunciu's The Starry Messenger, a treatise detailing his telescopic discoveries. The work caused a sensation, earning Galileo fame and enemies alike. His findings not only challenged Aristotelian cosmology, but also sparked debates that would eventually lead to his conflict with the Catholic Church. Legacy of a revolutionary mind. Galileo's contributions extended beyond the cosmos. He revolutionized our understanding of motion, developed practical devices like the hydrostatic balance, and inspired generations of scientists to question authority and seek empirical evidence. Through his telescope, Galileo opened humanity's eyes to a universe far more complex and dynamic than previously imagined. His story is not just one of discovery, but also of courage, a testament to the power of curiosity to challenge tradition and change the world.